Today is International Holocaust Remembrance Day, a day when we remember the industrial-scale incarceration, humiliation, torture and wholesale slaughter of Jews. The attempt to eradicate us from the face of the earth. It's especially relevant at a time when Jew hatred is at a level not seen since the Holocaust. Jews are no longer safe. Jews are being hunted, harassed and abused, even murdered on the streets of the so-called civilized world. And today of all days, Israel marks the end of the hostage saga, which has dominated Israeli life for the past 843 days. Yesterday, Rang Vili, the last remaining hostage in Gaza, was located, identified and returned home for burial. There are no more hostages in Gaza. I can finally remove my yellow wristband. After more than 2 years, Israelis can finally breathe. They can begin to deal with the trauma and look at a reckoning. A conclusion, but not a happy one. The return of the hostages was a priority of the war. That mission has been accomplished, but terrible scars remain. Once again, Jews were hunted, slaughtered, dragged from their homes, from a music festival, from their beds. Once again, Jews were paraded, imprisoned, abused, tortured, humiliated. Some were executed, some were kept alive in inhuman conditions as bargaining chips. Human beings reduced to objects of terror. The parallels are not symbolic, they are physical. They are lived in the bodies of people who languished underground, raped and sexually abused, tortured, beaten, starved, terrorized simply for being Jews. They are lived in the anguish of the hostage families, in the bereaved families of those slaughtered, in the families of fallen soldiers, of those who lost entire families, their homes, and their communities. They are lived in the collective trauma of October 7th that permeates the entire country. This is what happens when people fall victim to lies and propaganda, when bad actors can manipulate an entire populace, when hate is organized, when Jews are blamed for the world's ills, demonized and dehumanized, when violence against Jews becomes acceptable, normalized, when captivity, humiliation and murder are once again part of Jewish life, not in history, but in real time. But this is not Europe in the 1930s and 40s. Today in Israel we have our own country, we have sovereignty, we have an army. We have agency and the ability to act. We can defend ourselves despite the obvious failures of October 7th. And we will not go gentle into that good night. We will not be defined by others. We will not remain silent or compliant. If you attack us, we will respond and we will not apologize. If you take our people, we will come and get them. No one gets left behind. Not in tunnels, not in Gaza, not in history. Not anymore. International Holocaust Day reminds the world and commemorates the attempt to exterminate us like vermin. Yet today is not solely about remembering how Jews die. It's about how we choose to live. How we will not simply survive, but thrive. Our resilience, our ability to pick ourselves up even from the greatest disasters, our refusal to see ourselves as victims, our determination to take our fate into our own hands, to resist in the face of people who have an irrational hate towards us and want us gone, and to build. To laugh, to love, to sing and to dance, to embrace life in all its wonder, to create, to innovate, to contribute, to live our best lives and create a much better future for our children. To reach out to others, to be accepted as a true equal among the family of nations, not as symbolism, not as ideology, but as reality. Here, now, in our own homeland, in Israel. May the memories of all those who have perished be a blessing. May their loved ones know comfort in their time of sorrow and strength in their time of need. Am Yisrael Chai.